Some will say the world is better than it has ever been. It's hard to tell. For a lot of people, it's pretty bleak and pretty dark. But we, collectively, we make the world what it is. Just like we can take care of ourselves or destroy ourselves on a personal level, collectively, we can take care of the earth and the people in it or destroy ourselves together. Many people may think that they have nothing to do or nothing they're able to do. Having nothing you are able to do is a problem for you to solve. It's not something for the world to do for you, or to expect that somebody else will provide you with the vehicle or the opportunities to enact your vision, your desires on the world. So if you feel helpless and you feel powerless, that's something for you to let you know that you need to level up. You need to do work. You need to look at yourself and find ways to improve yourself until you can do something. Until you can do something about the problems that you see. Don't make this about a hypothetical person or hypothetical problems. If you can retreat to talking about the person who is actually helpless and the problems that they might have that are so overwhelming that they're completely unable to do anything. Most of you that can hear this aren't that person. You're not that helpless. There's things you can do. They take effort, they take time, but there's things you can do. Stop waiting for someone else to come fix your problems or to change the world. No one's coming to save you. You need to be the change you want to see in the world. We hear that. We've heard that more than once. But it starts with becoming a better person, more capable person, and then looking around to see what you can do to help. The world does not owe you recognition for your opinions or your ideas. We have that kind of idea sort of instantiated in the West by the ability to vote that we have in the U.S. and other countries. That was given to you by those who had power to give it. It is not owed you by the world, or you're not born with a right to it. People who have gained power and influence gave up some of that power and influence voluntarily in a system that invites you to be part of the process. They believed in you. But we all still need to earn the right to continue living in the better world. The vision that they had was not perfect. They did not perfectly produce the world that they wanted or hoped could be, but there are people in history who did, through effort and struggle, bring us forward one step at a time. We're not done. We're very far from being finished, and we may have been, I believe very likely in a sort of recession or a retreat of light, a dimming. People have forgotten what it takes to hold up this civilization. It's a common problem that many civilizations have faced before. It's hard to transfer the lessons from one older generation to the next. The lessons one generation learns in struggle, the next generation barely knows about, barely remembers, and the generation following, they have no concept of it, and so they don't know how the world is when the structures around them have been dismantled and fail completely. Don't focus on what can't be done. So that's been a huge thing in my life, for seeking good and doing good, is not being overwhelmed by all the things that you can't do. There's lots of those things that you can't do. Find things that you can do. That's the way forward. Find something you can do, and it might take a minute. You might have to sit and think. Find something you can do, and don't get too excited. Don't get crazy. Don't try for something that's not going to happen. You'll just discourage yourself and give up. Start with something you can do, for sure you can do, and do that. And then try something harder. And don't try to fix the whole world. You're not going to save everyone. You're not going to make the new idea that enlightens the whole world, and not everyone's going to agree with you. They shouldn't have to. That's one of the brilliant pieces of the United States in some of its forms, is there's room for different people to try different things, different jurisdictions to have different laws. And that, I think, is a good thing in recognition of the fact that there's still so much that we don't know, so much that we need to learn, that we do need to experiment, we do need to try new things. But we don't need to subject the entire world to our brilliant ideas all at once. We should try to do what we think is right on smaller scales first, and then if it works at smaller scales, then try to see if you can make it apply to a larger scale, and work your way up. But you can't just come into the situation and demand the whole world adopt your policies and adopt your ideas, and you haven't shown that they work at all, or that they have that you know what you're talking about at all. So the place to start is start with yourself. That's the first lowest tier to start with, and you should start there. If you're not willing to change yourself, if you're not willing to work, to try to become better, then who are you to ask everyone else to do the same, to change, to try harder, to become better? First, you need to be willing to be part of changing the world by first changing yourself. And it is hard. It's difficult. People don't want to do it. You'd rather be entertained or drift off into drug-induced stupors or whatever it is that many people, it's the easy way out. Depression as well is one of those easy ways out where you just give up, and if you're okay with darkness and everything that's there, then there's no effort required. We'll go there. We're headed there naturally, so no big deal. But if you want something better, then you need to start with yourself, and then from there you start looking to those around you, your friends, your family. If you don't have some, think about how you can build a community, and that's build a community. And we I don't know of many strong communities that I've seen doing good in the world. There's not many of them. There's some of them, probably. There's not a lot of them. They're hard to find, it feels like. But if you can do that, you can do better than a lot of us are doing right now. And from there, then I think we need to start looking at what can we do on higher order and higher magnitudes of responsibility and power of governmental structures at community, city, towns and cities, and then work our way up to higher levels of power as we show that we have the capability and the wisdom to make that something others would invite. And then increase your sphere of influence from your own personal level through to community levels, and as you see opportunities, as you grow stronger, as you become better, then you might be able to influence the good for the good, or help improve things at higher levels of influence. So that's what I've been thinking about over some time on the road. That I think a lot of people shield themselves by not thinking about it and carrying on as is. It's good for a lot of people. It's good enough like it is. I don't think that's going to hold for very, very much longer. And for a lot of people, it's not right. It's not good. And I think making a change and a turn in our collective history is required, is what I would want. But for that, I need to be willing to be part of helping to make that happen. So I hope that has hopefully been challenging but encouraging. There is a place to start. I think we do have some time, and I think you'll find there are good people still to partner with and to just try to build communities with. Let's start there.